Hi everyone, I'm Dhea Marshanda, Anggraini, Sunyoto. You can call me Dhea. I'm from Unpad University, class 02 Math P001 with NIM 20101100078. In this video, I want to review the film Avengers Endgame as a UTS weekend assignment. First of all, Avengers Endgame is written and directed by the Russo brothers and stars so many people. As we know, this film was released in 2019 with duration of 3 hours and 1 minute. This is the culmination of a ton of different storylines, all collapsing into a gigantic final. So, after the devastating events of Infinity War, where Thanos wiped out half of all life in the universe, the remaining Avengers are scrambling to hopefully find a way to set things right in the universe once again. Avengers Endgame focused on the original 6 members of the group, the strongest heroes on Earth. They are Robert Downey Jr. as Tony Stark or Iron Man, Chris Evans as Steve Rogers or Captain America, Chris Hemsworth as Thor, Scarlett Johansson as Natasha Romanoff or Black Widow, Mark Ruffalo as Bruce Banner or Hulk, and Jeremy Renner as Cliff Barton or Ronin. This film really made these 6 people the core of the film story. And here's what's interesting. Of the 6 people, 3 or 4, in my opinion, is Iron Man, Captain America, and Thor, plus Black Widow, are the main core of this film. Even though Hulk and Hawkeye also have a big role. It is the empathy of the people who became the backbone in this film. They are the ones who build the stories and build the emotions that can make you sob in the studio at the cinema. You will burst out laughing with some of ridiculous scenes, but then get dissolved into sadness in another sequence. I think, yes, Anthony and Drew, or the Russo brothers, seems to have success in sewing a film featuring many of these heroes' characters into one almost flawless sequence. Everything went smoothly and intertwined with each other. However, as usual in MCU films, there will be questions that arise in this film, and the answer will be: MCU is Marvel Cinematic Universe, is a media franchise of United States and a shared universe centered on a series of superhero films produced independently by Marvel Studios. In this film, 3 hours and 1 minute, the Avengers and their allies who survived the events of Infinity War return to a plan to defeat Thanos and seize the Infinity Stone to return their comrades to dust. This mission, which at first seems simple, proves to be a difficult one. There is a loss they have to face. Sacrifice must also be made to return what Thanos lost. What I like about this film, Avengers Endgame, is that there's a very interesting time travel formula that should be appreciated. Because the time travel used is not time travel which tends to be a lot by films, or time travel what is outdated or old. But the time travel that has been used is time heist, like Ant-Man said. In this film also contain dozens of superheroes, but like a sweet farewell for loyal viewers of each of the Avengers series that exist. Because there are scenes where they go back to certain times, and I really like the part. And at the end of the film, we will also be shown a very big role. But at the beginning, we are given the opportunity to explore aspects of humanity such as having a family, working, etc. From the heroes by means of the time haze. One more thing that interesting about this film or Avengers Endgame for me is the road taken. The road taken is not mainstream road with a calm path because the story tells of superheroes who accepted the defeat and then they forget about it for 5 years. I didn't think it would be 5 years, even though in those 5 years we were not shown in detail what happened to the world at the time. Actually, in this film, the superheroes don't want to repeat the time, but they want to save the life of their friends who has been taken by Thanos by stealing time, not repeat the time. And for me, he is a very interesting thing. For your information, there used to be a lot of speculation that they will be doing time travel and repeat the battle in Wakanda and in Infinity War. That's why in the Infinity War trailer, they used to be Hulk in Wakanda and Steve Rogers who held the Infinity Gauntlet Thanos, but the ring wasn't full. And that made Avengers fans believe that they would be doing time travel in this series, Endgame. And all of the speculation were not true. I think Marvel and Russo brothers' success in hiding the storylines at the end of this Endgame by tricking it using the trailer that has been released. Although it has a lot of very tense scenes, but there are a few weaknesses in this film. Is the main villain, Thanos. Maybe this film, Avengers Endgame, focus more on the Avengers, while in the Infinity War focus on Thanos. There are some things slightly separated from Thanos' character in this Endgame film, especially his dialogue. In Infinity War, Thanos is an evil character who is very wise and respectful of his opponent. But in this film, he is too cold to his opponent. Take for example, in Infinity War, where Thanos fight with Iron Man, Thanos stop hurting Iron Man because he is helpless. In this film, although Thanos is still a smartest, strategist, and strong villain, Thanos still lacks on his emotions. But for me, Thanos is still an unforgettable villain and the best villain in MCU. For a final, for me, this film feels less cohesive narrative, but managed to appear emotionally satisfying. He is able to tie up so many character arcs, taking creative risks in doing so, starting with a direction very different from most superheroes. The problem with this choice is that the pace of the story can be slow, and the film goes head on. The portion of the action may not to be much, maybe even more like a fleeting fragment of moments. But the biggest win in this film is already inevitable, new, and full of surprise. That's the review film of Avengers Endgame from me. I hope this video useful and entertaining for you. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.